Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today is the fourth director showdown in a row, and the last one for a while, and then I'll do some more later down the line. But today is Zack Snyder's 300 versus Dawn of the Dead. I almost said Revenant, but no, 300 versus Dawn of the Dead. And whilst we all know that Zack Snyder's Justice League is his best movie, these two are basically battling out for number 2. Kind of funny considering they were the second best movies of their year as well. Anyways, which one is his second best film? 300 or Dawn of the Dead? We're about to find out. Now, in terms of revolutionary, I think these are his first two films. Meaning Dawn of the Dead was a heck of a debut. And maybe the best debut of any director that I can think of, unless there's someone who I'm completely forgetting. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead was just a 21st century zombie movie, and in my opinion is the best zombie movie of all time. And that's obviously due to Zack Snyder's directing and James Gunn's writing, which is funny because I think this is James Gunn's best written movie, which I know is not a popular opinion. But yeah, I like it more than all 3 Guardians of the Galaxy movies. So maybe I like James Gunn more when he works with Snyder, so maybe they should work together more often. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead was just a heck of a debut. And then 300, which I will give it to in terms of revolutionary. That movie can just completely revolutionize Snyder, because it just in terms of visuals, this is some of the best visuals ever. Just in terms of story and scope. I mean, 300 is probably what most people think of when they think of Zack Snyder, along with Zack Snyder's Justice League. And you know what? I don't blame them. 300, you could easily just call it Zack Snyder the movie. But yeah, 300 is awesome. So, in terms of revolutionary, I'm actually gonna have to give it the 300 on this one. And you know what? That's what it is. Now, in terms of which one I like more, and just in terms of personal enjoyment, I'm gonna go to Dawn of the Dead. I just think that was a little bit more entertaining. Now, maybe 300 is a little bit sad, so that's why it's not as entertaining as something like Dawn of the Dead, which, you know, Dawn of the Dead gets really dark at the end. But, I don't know, I just like Dawn of the Dead, and just in terms of entertainment more. So, this point goes to Dawn of the Dead. And now, which one do I think is the better made movie? And I will run down. So, Dawn of the Dead is just your typical zombie movie, but with Zack Snyder style, where, you know, someone gets infected and then a whole zombie rampage. But it does bring up a good question. If your friend gets infected, do you kill them before they could infect millions of other people? So yeah, Dawn of the Dead actually involves making sacrifices. And then final battle sure went through some really dark places, but yeah, Dawn of the Dead, I think it all wraps up really nicely. And then 300 tells a story about 300 dudes taking on the Persian Empire. And I know it actually has a sequel called 300 Rise of the Persian Empire. I'm probably never going to see it anytime soon, unless I feel like I absolutely have to. But 300 just tells the story of 300 dudes fighting to save their nation. And just in terms of visuals and scope, I mean, it's unbelievable. Masterclass filmmaking. And, you know, it also involves making sacrifices. Zack Snyder is one of the most ambitious directors. I think we can all agree, whether we love his work or not, because he always takes some really big risks, and these 2 films were definitely no exception. So, I mean, this is probably the one that scarred me maybe the most. Actually, no. My first 2 battles scarred me way more. But it scarred me a little more than the last one. I have to pick between the 2. Overall, that will conclude the contest. So, who do I think is the winner? I don't even like having to pick between the two, but I guess you leave me with no choice. My winner, in terms of Zack Snyder's second best movie, or just maybe his two first movies, I am gonna give it to his very first movie ever, Dawn of the Dead. Yes, I think that movie was awesome. And even Army of the Dead, a movie that I think was also a great zombie movie, it doesn't even hold a candle to Dawn of the Dead. So, honestly, he should have just made a sequel to Dawn of the Dead. Or maybe just never made any other zombie film. But yeah, this film is an awesome movie, and it is the winner between Dawn of the Dead and 300. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to share who you would have picked between these two down below in the comments. And I will now take a little bit of a break between doing these directors. And maybe I'll do this with the actors, or not just how I feel about them, just based on the actors' filmography. Anyways, thanks for watching, and peace out.